Have you got your hurricane and disaster supply kit ready? Well, if you don't, you're late. Hello and welcome to Volusia Magazine. I'm Amber Patterson. On today's show, we'll fill you in on where you can find the information you need to get prepared. Then you can find out what it means to truly buy local with Business Beat correspondent Joanne Magley. And later on, Community Information Director Dave Byron will be joined in the studio by Supervisor of Elections Ann McFall. Those stories, news, and more coming right up on Volusia Magazine. Stay tuned. Our recent brush with Tropical Storm Arthur is a good reminder that hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? After disaster, emergency workers may not be able to reach everyone right away. In some cases, it may take 3 or more days for help to arrive. That's why it's important for you to have a disaster supply kit stocked and ready to go. Jim Judge is the director of Volusia County's Emergency Management Division.
You know, right now today the sun is shining, it's nice out. I can go down to one of the big box stores. I can have batteries, battery operated radio. I can buy all the provisions that I need without waiting in line. I can get plywood to shutter my windows, and you know what? They'll even cut it for me to the size and shape that I need. So don't wait till the storm's off the coast. Don't wait for those nasty, rainy, windy conditions. Take the time now to act, to get prepared, and to, again, review your family plans. Make sure that you have your family supply kit ready to go because, again, we've got months and months yet to go before the end of the hurricane season. Anything can happen, and the peak is still yet to come.
Your disaster supply kit should consist of at least 1 gallon of water per person per day for 5 to 7 days. Keep bottled water in its original container and do not open it until you need to use it. If you're preparing your own water containers, purchase food-grade water storage containers. If you reuse storage containers, sanitize the bottles before filling them. Try to have enough non-perishable food to last each person 5 to 7 days. Look for the expiration date to know how long you can store those items. When restocking your food supply, place the new items at the back and keep the older ones in the front. Inspect all food for signs of spoilage before using. Babies are going to need food too, formula and diapers. Each family member should have at least a 2-week supply of medications. This is especially important for elderly persons. Other essentials include cash, a battery-operated or hand-crank radio, flashlight, battery-operated lantern, batteries, a manual can opener, paper goods, disposable utensils, extra bedding, a first aid kit, hand sanitizer, and anything else you can think of. Don't forget your pets when you start packing. Your pet disaster kit should include food and treats, water bowls, leashes, toys, bedding, carrier, medications, newspaper, cat litter, plastic bags for handling waste, and license and vaccination documentation. For more information, you can go to the emergency management section of the county's website, volusia.org. The new SunRail commuter train service is off to a fast start with ridership exceeding initial expectations. The DeBary station is the second busiest location in the SunRail system. In June, more than 12,000 passengers hopped on the train in DeBary. Winter Park, the busiest station, had nearly 18,000 boardings in June. The entire SunRail system is averaging more than 4,200 riders a day. SunRail is a partnership among Volusia, Seminole, and Orange counties, the City of Orlando, the Florida Department of Transportation, and the federal government. Train service targets commuters going to work. SunRail operates Monday through Friday with no service on weekends. SunRail passes can be purchased online from sunrail.com or from ticket vending machines at all 12 SunRail platforms. Day passes are available for riders who travel less often but still want an alternative to driving in their personal vehicles. For travelers who plan to ride SunRail routinely, purchasing a reusable and reloadable plastic SunRail card might be the better way to go. Votran, Volusia County's public transportation agency, is providing feeder service to the SunRail station in DeBary. Votran General Manager Steve Scherer said 4 buses are transporting riders to and from the station during peak commute times in the mornings and the afternoons.
The SunRail fare policy is designed to allow for transfers between the Votran feeder bus routes and the SunRail trains and vice versa. One of the benefits of riding a Votran feeder bus to the SunRail station is that you can transfer for free. Mm-hmm. So whenever you get on a Votran bus and you ride the bus to the DeBary train station, the bus driver will give you a transfer that you can take and use in the ticket vending machine on the platform. Whenever you insert that transfer into the ticket vending machine, it allows the $2 boarding fee to be waived, and then you would just pay the zone charges for SunRail. So instead of paying $2 plus the zone charges to get to your destination, you would just pay the zone charges, and vice versa when transferring from the train back to the Votran bus. Whenever you transfer from the SunRail train to the bus, you would board the bus for free at the DeBary train station.
For more information about SunRail and to calculate commuter costs, you can go online to sunrail.com. And to learn about Votran's feeder bus routes and schedules, you can visit votran.org/sunrail. Sports and ecotourism are very important to the economic development of Volusia County. But many people aren't aware of just how much Volusia County has to offer. That's why the county took the lead to create a new marketing tool to help sport tournament organizers and everyday people find park facilities and ball fields. SportsVolusia.com is a new, all-encompassing website which showcases all of the facilities and assets throughout Volusia County. From baseball and soccer fields at the Ormond Sports Complex to fishing docks off of the St. Johns River. From golf courses to artificial reefs, the new website includes park details, photos, and maps. Tim Bailey, Director of Volusia County's Parks, Recreation, and Culture Division, said the hope is that the site can be used as a tool by tournament organizers to bring sports and leisure-related events to the area.
What makes the site interesting is that you've got a one-stop shop to identify any of your recreational needs. If you're interested in fishing, you can go onto the site, click on the fishing icon, and every fishing dock in Volusia County is listed with an address, contact information. If you're interested in running on trails, you click on the trails icon, and every trail listed in the county is identified on there, broken down by city, miles, there's maps, there's pictures, there's directions, contact information, a little snippet of the site. It's very helpful. And, you know, in addition to that, there's a calendar on that site that you can select a month that you're interested in doing a particular activity. You could gather the information, either a spectator to go watch a baseball game at a certain location, either Daytona or DeLand or wherever, or if you want to participate. There's 5Ks, there's fishing tournaments, there's soccer and golf tournaments, so you can see what's available and then go and do it, either spectate or participate.
You can check out all that Volusia County has to offer when it comes to everything sports and leisure by visiting the new website, sportsvolusia.com.
Many of the items you throw out are not biodegradable and take centuries to break down. Reduce, reuse, recycle are separate but interconnected ideas that minimizes waste and saves money. The process is simple. The best way to reduce waste is to avoid creating it. According to the EPA, on average, Americans each produce over 4 pounds of trash per day. To help reduce trash, switch from plastic to reusable bags. Next, reuse items destined to be discarded. Get creative in reusing trash to reduce waste and save money. Finally, recycling takes items from materials that are discarded and turns them into new products. For example, plastic bottles can be recycled into carpet and benches. Many communities make recycling easy by offering programs such as curbside pickup. Newspaper, plastic bottles, glass, and pop cans are all recyclable items. Reduce, reuse, recycle decreases the amount of waste people create. Help keep our earth clean. Make the choice to reduce, reuse, and recycle today.
For more information on Volusia County's recycling program, you can visit volusia.org and select Recycling from the drop-down menu. You might have seen the stickers on storefront windows, but what does it really mean to buy local? Reporter Joanne Magley explains in this week's Business Beat.
Nearly 500 people mixed and mingled at the recent Mega Mixer and Buy Local Expo at the Daytona Beach International Airport. The event was sponsored by the Volusia County Chamber Alliance, which is made up of all of the chambers in the county. Samantha Bishop is president of the Chamber Alliance and the executive vice president of the Southeast Volusia Chamber.
We know that for every dollar that's spent here in Volusia County, 63 cents of that stays in our community. It rolls around about 5 times. And for money that's, we don't want money to go outside, so we'd rather keep our spending habits here inside Volusia County.
The purpose of the Expo is to promote local businesses and encourage people to buy local.
Part of the plan and the goal for today's event basically is 1 year we thought it would be great for all of our members to be able to get together, to be able to cross-market and cross-network with each other, because we really want to support all of the buy local efforts that our county partners are initiating and encourage people to keep the money in Volusia County. So if you need a good or service for your business or your home, we're encouraging you to look here in Volusia County first before you buy online or before you go outside of the county.
Nick Conte, executive director of the DeLand Area Chamber of Commerce, says while the concept of buying local seems simple, many of us need a reminder.
The challenge I've seen is a lot of businesses kind of forget sometimes all the resources that are here. And it helps us kind of reset that conversation and go, wait a minute, before you go here, there's already somebody in your community or actually inside the county that does that work.
Conte says a great example of businesses buying local is International Speedway Corporation contracting with the land-based Kingspan, which is providing 2 products for the Daytona Rising project: single-layer metal panels and an insulated wall system.
A great combination of 2 top-of-the-line industries that realize that, hey, we're right here in the community. Obviously, it helps Kingspan out. Now they can help the track, and they'll hire up to do that.
Not only does buying local keep money in the community, there are several other benefits. Buying locally is better for the environment. Locally owned businesses can make more local purchases, requiring less transportation, and generally set up shop in town or city centers as opposed to developing on the fringe. This generally means contributing less to sprawl, congestion, habitat loss, and pollution. Buying local helps to create more good jobs. Small local businesses are the largest employer nationally and in our community provide the most jobs to residents. And shoppers generally get better service because local businesses often hire people with a better understanding of the products they are selling and take more time to get to know customers. So the next time you're ready to shop, if possible, buy local. For Volusia Business Beat, I'm Joanne Magley.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. The Women, Infants, and Children program at the Volusia County Health Department is making sure you know the benefits of eating a balanced breakfast to start your day. Public Information Officer Stephanie Strong has more on this segment of Community Health Matters.
As the sun rises, it means the start of a brand new day. Rise and shine also means it's breakfast time. The benefits of eating breakfast. Breakfast prepares you to listen, think, and remember. Breakfast helps you maintain a healthy body weight by not overeating later in the day. Breakfast keeps your energy level up. Breakfast stabilizes your mood, and breakfast meets basic nutrition needs. The Volusia County Health Department's Supplemental Nutrition Program for Women, Infants, and Children, or WIC, is putting the spotlight on the importance of eating breakfast with a statewide campaign called Rise and Shine. It's breakfast time.
Our fall 2010 campaign is Rise and Shine, it's breakfast time. It focuses on the importance of eating breakfast, 3 different foods from 3 different food groups.
Hi, I'm Tanya Marchena, WIC and Nutrition Services Community Outreach Supervisor. Taking the time to eat a healthy breakfast is easier than you think. Here are some 5-minute ideas for meals to make when you're in a hurry. What we have here is a whole grain cereal topped with your favorite fresh fruit, 4 ounces of juice, and of course, low-fat milk. You can make yourself a breakfast burrito using a corn tortilla with scrambled eggs, spinach, or beans. To add variety to your day, Try some hot cereal and a fresh fruit along with a glass of low-fat milk. Take a slice of whole grain bread, add some cheese, a side of fresh fruit, 4 ounces of juice, and you have a nutritious breakfast. Another tip to try is to take some grits, add a little low-fat margarine, a side of fresh fruit, and a glass of low-fat milk. Here's to breakfast. Enjoy.
Thanks, Tanya. Although mornings may be hectic with work and school, as you see, preparing breakfast can be as easy as 1, 2, 3. These are some of the approved WIC foods that you can use to make a quick, easy, and nutritious breakfast in minutes. For more information about the WIC and Nutrition Program or about the importance of eating breakfast, please visit www.volusiahealth.com or call 1-866-WIC-FOOD. For Volusia Magazine and on behalf of the Volusia County Health Department, your guide to better health, I'm Public Information Officer Stephanie Strong.
For more information about Florida's WIC and Nutrition Program or about the importance of eating your breakfast, you can visit volusiahealth.com. Well, now it's time to head into the studio to join our very own Community Information Director, Dave Byron, with his guest, Supervisor of Elections, Ann McFall.
Well, thanks, Amber, and hi, everyone. This, of course, is a major election year with a primary election scheduled for August 26th and the general election scheduled for November 4th. The Volusia County Department of Elections is well underway with the elections preparations, and as usual, there are lots of things that voters should know. So with that in mind, we have with us in the studio today our Supervisor of Elections, Ann McFall. Ann, how you doing today?
We're doing good, doing good.
I know you guys are real busy. This is obviously a busy year. I mean, this is the kind of election year in Florida, kind of in between the presidential 4-year term, and so kind of after at the 2-year period, we elect a governor in Florida.
Right.
So I guess we call that a midterm. And so we've got the first primary, or the primary, on August 26th. Let's talk about the primary election. What's the purpose of that?
It used to be that it was to narrow the field down in partisan elections. Like all the Dems ran for their district and then the winner went against the Republican in November. But it has changed dramatically because all 16 cities have the opportunity to have something on the primary election. And sometimes, for instance, the city of DeLand has their general first, which will be August 26th.
Wow. So obviously we've pretty much got something for everyone in Volusia County on this ballot.
We do, we do.
Let's talk about, obviously the big race will come in November, and that's the big high-profile race for Governor Charlie Crist and Rick Scott. But let's talk about the primary. Now we get a lot of local races.
Yes.
Give us a flavor for what the voters will be looking at this year.
Well, I would just encourage anyone who thinks they're going to wait to vote in November, they're going to miss a lot of races.
Right.
School board race, there's 3 districts on the ballot. District 5 will be decided in the primary.
Okay.
Because there's just 2 people in there. 3 judicial seats will be decided in the primary. The extension of the half-penny sales tax for the school system will be decided in the primary. There's a Democratic primary for Congress. There's a Republican primary for Congress. Then in November, there's 2 congressional seats that will be decided. And that doesn't include all of the city elections. The mayor in the city of Deltona is on the ballot.
Wow. Wow. So obviously a lot for voters to consider. Let's talk about the number of registered voters in Volusia County. The number goes up every year.
Yeah.
What's the number now?
It's about 300. We did list maintenance last year, so there's about 325,000 registered voters. But of those, the dynamics are changing. You know, this used to be a strong Democratic county.
When I came here, it was very Democratic.
It's split now.
Right.
And the fastest growing party is no party affiliation. And that's because the majority of the voter registration apps come from the Department of Motor Vehicles. If the person getting registering to vote does not name the party, I, by state law, have to put no party affiliation.
I see.
So the Dems have been reduced by 2%, the Republicans have been reduced by 2%, and MPA has gone up by 4%.
We experienced in the last presidential election, which was 2 years ago, we experienced some long lines across the state of Florida. I think we did pretty good, but you know, it's Dade County and whatever, they waited forever to vote.
Right.
Do you think that in general the state of Florida has made progress with the early voting and all of that, is to try to reduce that?
You know, in 2012, I thought back to the Catherine Odom days. There were no early voting.
That's right.
You had to give an excuse to get an absentee ballot.
That's right.
Everyone went to the polls on election day.
That's right.
And now we're sitting here, there are so many different ways to vote. In 2012, something happened in November. More people voted before election day. 48% voted election day.
Wow.
So they're choosing to vote at their convenience, not at the convenience of the Department of Elections, which is okay with us.
Right.
But now they're demanding more early voting sites. They're demanding absentee ballots, getting to them quicker, and to have more drop-off sites for absentee ballots. There's more of a demand for the services before Election Day than Election Day. And something is happening. More people want to vote absentee than early or Election Day. You know, the state of Oregon has gone to all absentee. You don't open up polling places, you don't have early voting. Statewide, every election, all ballots are mailed out, and I think that's what we're going to.
You think that's the wave of the future?
Yes.
So if someone wants to request an absentee ballot, you don't need a reason, you can just make a request. How do you do that, Ann?
Well, if it's for yourself or an immediate family member, you call my office, 736-5930, and just request it over the phone.
Okay.
You could also go to my website and fill out a request and send it in. The telephone is probably the easiest for a lot of people.
And don't you have a system where you can request absentee ballots for multiple elections?
Yes, you can request. If you call my office today, they will give you the choice of ordering for every election there will be through 2016.
Wow, so just make one phone call and your ballots will come in the mail to you.
Right.
Let's talk about registration. For those folks that are not registered to vote, they just moved into the area or whatever, we said the primary in August is the 26th, I believe.
Yes.
So when does the books close for the 26th?
Book closing is July 28th. If you want to change your party, maybe there's a party race that you want to vote in and it's not your party.
Right.
That's starting to happen, by the way, in my office.
Wow, interesting.
People come in, change their party, vote in that race, and then change back after election.
Wow, interesting.
If you want to change your party, it has to be by July 28th.
Okay.
Or if you want to register a newly registered voter, it's July 28th. It's by 5 o'clock. But I'm going to keep the office open till 7 p.m. that night to register to vote.
Just make sure everyone that's, you know, you just want to make everyone as easy as they can to register to vote.
Absolutely.
We talked about the phenomenon of early voting, and you've made it convenient to have early voting sites. Let's talk about what your plans are for early voting this year.
It's about the same with a little change, and I have to just give a shout out to Lucinda Coley and everyone.
My library director.
Oh, everyone at the libraries, because this puts such a burden on them every time. It isn't the people going in to vote, it's the candidates out in the parking lot. It's just the service of the building is just tremendous. So they really a good partner with us. But early voting for the August 26th primary will be about the same as in past, 8:30 to 4:30. And it starts on August 16th and goes 8 days through August 23rd, so it's from Saturday to Saturday.
And what are the hours, Ann?
8:30 to 4:30. Now in the November election, it's going to be 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Right.
And then in 2016, we are looking at a full press early voting, and we'll probably try to add 3 sites. We're very restricted on the sites we can use.
Are you restricted for just because you can't find the facilities, or what's the restrict cost?
Well, state law says I can just use public libraries or city halls.
I see.
They have extended that to county buildings, fairgrounds, any building owned by county government,
I see.
like a community center.
I see.
But it's a burden on those smaller buildings, tremendous.
I see. Yeah, I see. And so let's talk about what you and your staff have to do. I mean, it's a tremendous logistical challenge to put on an election from getting poll workers to all you have to do. Just give us a flavor for what you and your staff have to do to get ready.
Well, basically, just to get ready, we provide service to 250,000 people who are going to vote, and we hire people for 1 day's work to do that job.
Right.
So we're training this month. Of course, 300,000 ballots are going to be delivered to my office this weekend. We have to make sure they're right. It's just a tremendous, the precincts we've used in the past might not be the precinct we're going to use.
Right.
We're mailing to every active registered voter, 300,000. We're mailing a sample ballot in 2 weeks.
Wow.
We've written all of our own poll worker manuals. We have to have procedures for everything. And the state has given me the list of 40 different deadlines, of which if I miss one, I'm out of compliance with my job.
Unbelievable. So. Unbelievable. So for voters out there, obviously they need to be informed. They need to kind of avail themselves of the information that's out there. What would you advise voters to do to be ready to go to the polls? What do they need to bring with them?
The most important thing is a picture signature ID.
Okay.
It could be, it's usually the driver's license, but it could be several things. It could be 2 different IDs, one with a signature, one with a picture.
But you have a signature on file that you match, correct?
Yes, we do.
I know you've always done your best to assure the voters that the system is very secure.
Right.
What do you have to say when people ask you that question?
There is no way I could prove to them other than say, well, listen, come in.
Right.
Let me show you every ballot that was cast in X election.
Right.
And they never want to do that.
Right.
But I have to tell you, we work so hard to make sure the security is what it is. We have security procedures filed with the Division of Elections. We have a continuity of operations plan filed with the Department of Elections, with the Division of Elections, and we spend every waking moment year-round on the security piece.
And I want to thank you for sharing the information. I know you and your staff are hard at work. You guys do a great job, so thanks for sharing the information with us.
Thanks for having me.
Our guest today is our Supervisor of Elections in Volusia County, Ann McFall. And with that, we'll go back to you, Amber.
Thanks, Dave, and thank you for watching Volusia Magazine. If you have any questions about this show, you can feel free to give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here, or you can log on to volusia.org and click on the News tab at the top of the screen to find us. Incidentally, you can find the County Council's meeting calendar there too. In fact, you can use volusia.org to find out about meeting dates, workshops, topics of interest, activities, and how you can become involved. And we hope you won't forget to listen to Volusia Today. That's Volusia County Government's weekly public radio broadcast. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Patterson. Have a wonderful evening.